Welcome, Scorpio, to the journey home. My name is Catherine. This is a new deck, and so I'm going to pull 3 cards for success, 1 for happiness, and 1 for love. This has no time constraints to it, so at any time that you're listening to this will be the time that it's effective for you. There is both a positive aspect and, of course, the warning that goes along with it. So let's begin with your first card. And the first card happens to be the cover of this deck, the Altar Priestess. Preparation, prayer, sacred ritual. The stage is set and the world is waiting for you to take your place in sacred meditation and prayer. As your ally, the Altar Priestess brings the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. You're being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. As a challenger, are you degrading yourself in any way or lessening the importance of your impact in your world? Have you allowed someone to dishonor you? Have you failed to stand up for your beliefs in order to get something you want? The Altar Priestess warns that continuing on that path could bring you trouble, as you may be aligning yourself with lower ideas as your companions. Another message she brings is never sell yourself short when it comes to your intuition. You're always led to the highest ground when you follow your inner guidance. An important responsibility is brought to you when the Altar Priestess comes to your challenger. As your challenger, Scorpio. You're being required to be a spiritual warrior and to have courage. Be ready, respect yourself, and believe in your purpose, as you're being chosen to be the embodiment of the sacred world. In essence, you're challenged to be the best that you can be out there. You can do it, and Spirit is counting on it. This card pulled for you is for happiness, and you have number 32, the Sun Dancers. Joyful activity, celebration of life, abundance. As your ally, the Sun Dancers celebrate you now and remind you of the laws of success and praise. Anything you place your attention on will manifest and experience, so the laws are always perfect. Expect the best and praise it in advance. This unleashes the magical and the mystical, magnetic energy, drawing circumstances to you to create the reality you envision. Give thanks in advance for the grace and goodwill of the divine. Be willing to dance the victory dance as if your greatest dreams are realized, and watch how easily things begin to fall into place. Stay positive and leave the timing up to the divine. All things are possible now. Dance the joy of being and celebrate your life and abundance today. As a challenger, beware of losing yourself in your dreams of the future when the Sun Dancers come to challenge you. Their message is sweet and simple. Stop what you're doing and go have some fun. Celebrate what is and don't worry about what will be or what could be. Be here now. Just be. Just for today. You will find your answers, but only after you've made time to play. Tomorrow, after all, is another day, and the sun will rise again to shed its warmth and light on all that needs clarity. You can count on it. It seems the message here for you this far, Scorpio, is one of living in the moment rather than focusing on what could be or what has been. So in this second card it said just for today. So if you can spend the day focusing on now, even if it's like focusing on the task of doing dishes, it is a form of meditation, believe it or not. Before I get to the third card on love, I just want to ask you to like, share, and subscribe if this is at all helpful for you. And I hate saying that, but apparently it works with the algorithms. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to your third card. And it looks like this card really cinches it for you, Scorpio. You have the number 1 card in the deck. The High Lady of Love and Compassion, reverence, kindness, consideration. When the High Lady of Love and Compassion chooses to be your ally, she brings you a deep and meaningful message. She reminds you that only love is real. It is the sole, unconditional, and true power behind all means of manifesting out of the unseen and into the material. Love's greatest creative power is ignited by the conscious action of compassion, generosity of the heart, reverence, respect, and empathy for all living things bring you profound power to live a life of happiness and contentment. Love, compassion, and kindness to all must be the impulse behind your thoughts, feelings, and actions when your intention is to create a prosperous and abundant life. Unconditional love will be returned to you tenfold. The High Lady also reminds you that when she chooses to be your ally, she brings you evidence that you're loved. All manner of synchronicities align in your favor. If your question refers to a relationship, you're required to think of the other person and inquire what is in her or his best and highest good. Give selflessly without asking for or expecting anything in return, and let go. What is yours will come to you. Kindness always returns somehow. You will surely receive that which you give in more ways than you can imagine. As the challenger, when the High Lady of Love and Compassion appears to you as your challenger, she gently reminds you to snap out of self-centeredness. The ego has set a sneaky trap for you. You may have forgotten that to create an abundant life, you must be conscious of how your choices impact those around you. Are you trying to manipulate others to get what you want without consideration for them? It is possible that your good intentions are about helping too much, enabling another person to remain the same and preventing his or her growth. Sometimes it's better to let others hit bottom with their own suffering rather than trying to make it easier for them. Sometimes you need to be cruel to be kind. Be conscious that you aren't alone in this world. Begin to behave as if the God in all life in every person matters. Remember that the living world is a sacred community, and you're a magical and important part of it. But you're not the only one who counts. The High Lady of Love and Compassion is waiting to guide you and be your friend and ally. Think first of others, and she will orchestrate your ultimate success. That was a very deep vibration from these 3 cards, Scorpio. It wants you to stay in the moment. It wants you to not be ego-driven, to spend a day that meditation becomes a vibration of intention. So I hope that was helpful for you. I thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. God bless. Bye-bye for now.